of a rebellion, the takeover, so to speak, was a good one for this Impact Wrestling talent. Night one of this rebellion, Impact Wrestling style on Access TV, witnessed a new X Division champion. Quite an accomplishment. This former Underground champion of Tres beat an ace to now rule the X Division. He's also won gold under the CWH banner and NWA. As the current Impact Wrestling X Division champion, he puts himself alongside names like Styles, Key, King, Joe, Aries, Red, Lethal, Lynn, Daniels, RVD, and his good friend Swann. Thank you, champ, X Division champ Willie Mack. What does it mean for you to hear your name along with those names mentioned?
It feels great, like a dream come true, because you know my story going from watching it on television to end up being a part of the company, and you never think it would happen, but I'm pinching myself right now, and it happened as I look at the title right here on my couch.
What was it like for you that whole night one of Rebellion, leading up to the match, going through the match, and then obviously winning?
As you can tell, it's butterflies because it's my first title opportunity, big title opportunity I got, and I didn't want to mess up, so I went out there and did what I know how to do best, had my homie to encourage me to let me know everything was going to be all right, and it went down, and yeah, I was a champion. It felt great.
What was it like, too, in that dynamic where you're wrestling but there's no crowd, and how do you just try to put that out of your mind?
Well, it was all right to me, because when I first started, I only had like 5 or 10 people in the crowd when I very, very first started wrestling on some shows. But then, after a while, you get like, you ain't got nothing to feed off your energy, so it kind of takes you out of it, but you get back into it because you know people was watching at home and they giving you their energy, so it kind of helps that way.
After you're celebrating and you're in the back, is there someone you text or call to tell the good news?
No, because I want everything to be a surprise, because like I know what's going down, so I want them to be just as happy, like instead of just showing up, be like, hey, I got this, or this happened. I just wait till everybody sees it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool then. You were able to keep it pretty quiet then in that regard. That's cool.
Yeah, because with wrestling nowadays, people love to get surprised. Unless you read something online, which I don't like. I just like it when fans was fans, and you just like sit back and be surprised by things instead of acting like you know everything.
Did Rich give you any advice leading up to the big event and even afterwards?
Oh yeah, he just wanted me to know that he was proud of me and I belong where I'm at in the spot I'm in, because I didn't think like this came all kind of fast, because I was going at the tag titles with him, and that kind of got derailed with him getting injured. It wasn't his fault, and I'm up here going for the second title, the second highest title in the company, and it felt weird to be like, you in the right place where you at right now, don't doubt yourself, and I just went in and took that and did the thing.
The belt has a nice resting spot there on your couch. Do you have any cleaning solution for it? Are you keeping it nice and shiny?
Oh, hell yeah. That was the first thing I did as soon as I got back home. I flipped out my clean product. I did the back of the belt and the front of the belt. It's shining like brand new money.
Hey, how's Swann doing?
He's doing all right. Because he was there with us, and he was really happy to be like back where his boys is, because it's like you stuck at home, injured, but then you finally get the chance to somewhat go back to doing what you was doing before, and I'm pretty sure that put a smile on his face because he was having a good time when he was there.
Who do you view now as challengers for your title? Who do you see coming after you in the X Division, or who would you like to see challenge you for the title?
I don't know any and all people, because we got a bunch of good people on the roster. It's hard to pick one. I know Chris Bay's already up there. He's getting up there and getting this thing on. Then you got Trey from the Rascals. Actually, all three of the Rascals can get it. Rohit is another good one. I just think if he had the chance, he'll show out and do his thing. Who else?
Well, Willie, do you have a bucket list of a few names of those you would like to wrestle at some point during your career?
Like, at any time, and there was a few of them, but I don't know if it'll work out. Like Too Cold Scorpio, maybe. Marcus, Kurt Angle, Bryan Danielson, and AJ Styles.
Yeah, those are some really good ones. I'm glad you mentioned Too Cold. Too Cold is just an incredible tape. Still doing his thing, too. He's still wrestling out there. He's still doing it there. It's very good stuff and all. Hey, Willie, how did you get...
Yeah, WrestleCade last year.
Oh, what happened? Tell me what happened. What is that?
I saw him at WrestleCade last year. He looked in good shape to be how he is. He's still doing his thing.
Yeah, he is. He was down here a few years ago in South Florida, and he looked great. It was really good seeing him and all, and he still could go. It was good to see.
Yeah.
Willie, how did you get signed with Impact Wrestling? How did you get a break with the company?
Well, let me see. What year was it? It was WrestleMania in New Orleans, I think, when they did Lucha Underground versus Impact. And I thought I was just going to be brought in for that one time. It was me and my homie Killshot versus LAX for the tag titles. And we did the match. Went out there, the people went crazy and said that was the best match of the night. And I was like, all right, that's the end for me. Next thing you know, a few months later, hey, Willie, you want to come down and do some TV, the pay-per-view and the TV tapings for us? This was Bound for Glory 2018, I believe. Yep. Well, me and Rich Swann took on Ethan Page and Matt Seidel, and they're like, all right, would you want to get a contract with us and make this a legit thing? I'm like, yeah, why not? I go from watching y'all on TV to wrestling for y'all. Hell yeah, who wouldn't want to do that? So that's how it happened.
That's just very cool. Now, tell me if I'm right on this, you were born in St. Louis?
Yep, born in St. Louis, but moved to South Central LA and raised there when I was 3 months old.
Did you play sports when you were in LA?
Yeah, football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, track and field, did shot put and all that crazy stuff. That's about it.
When did you start then deciding, okay, I want to do pro wrestling?
Oh, when I was 4 years old. It's like I was playing all that other stuff, but it was like I knew way in the back of my mind, like as soon as I messed around when I was 4 years old, turned on the TV, saw Hulk Hogan wearing some yellow and red, talking about who he gonna beat up, and he had a big old gold belt, and he was yelling, and I was like, this looks fun, I want to do this, and that was at 4 years old, and I always kept that in my mind, no matter what I did. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make it to be a wrestler somehow.
How do you find a wrestling school? I mean, you went to a wrestling school in California, and you really had seemed like some good talent there, a good experience and all, but how do you go about when you're seeking something like that out? Okay, well, what do I do? How do I get started?
Well, I didn't even know my damn self. The funny thing is, my teacher from middle school, he was like, Aaron, when you talk about wrestling a lot, you'll probably be good. I found the school for you. This is way before they had Google. They had like Yahoo search or something. And he just typed in something, wrestling school in Southern California, and we found the Revolution Pro School out in the Sydney industry. So I went out that way and trained with some of the homies that I know today, the Human Tornado, Joey Ryan, Rising Sun, and a bunch of other people. And I was 14. I had a day off from school, so I did that. And I said, you know what? This was fun, but I'm going to wait until I get my diploma. I'll see y'all in 4 years after that. Sure enough, I graduated on and Wednesday, and training was a Thursday, and I showed up the day right after I graduated 4 years later.
You get your high school diploma and then go right at it.
Yeah, straight up. As soon as I got my diploma, the next day was training day. I was like, all right, I told you I was going to be back 4 years later.
Now, you mentioned Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan, did he ever give you a lollipop?
No. Well, he probably tried to, but I turned him down because it's Joey.
Who were some of your favorites, Willie? You mentioned Hulk Hogan. Who were some of your favorites when you were growing up?
You know, the normal favorites, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Flash Funk, Booker T, of course. And there was one more. Oh, Rey Mysterio and Conan. And Psychosis, all the luchadors pretty much.
And what does the number 87 mean?
The year I was born.
That is so cool. I've never seen...
I was born.
Yeah, I was thinking...
My jersey number in sports.
See, I was thinking more of that, the jersey number for your sports and all, but also it was the year you were born. That is so cool to put that out there like that. What was a turning point for you, Willie? Was there a certain match, winning a certain title, doing something that during your earlier time of wrestling that was like a big turning point, big break for you?
Well, I guess it would have to be at Mystery Vortex when I wrestled Roger Strong for PWG. And like, it was like the Mystery Vortex show. Nobody knows who's going to wrestle who. And me and my homie John he ran a company out in California called Mach 1 Wrestling. He was like, that would be funny if you wrestle Roddy tonight. And I'm like, yeah, that would be funny, but I know that ain't going to happen. Sure enough, get to the building and legit put our names in a hat, shook them up, and people picked out Roger Strong versus Willie Mack, and I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So we went in there. I guess I took a lot of heads, and that's when I knew this was going to be the change. And like every month I got booked against bigger and bigger names, so I'm like, damn, I must be doing something right.
How has life changed? Yeah, you've done something right, all right. You're darn right you have. I was looking at some of the names of the wrestlers you've competed against, and it's like a who's who in itself, and you're right up there with them. But how is it being with Impact Wrestling on Access TV every Tuesday night? How has that changed your life, or has it changed your life?
Well, it has, because I'm on TV every week and on Twitch every week too, because if you ain't got access, everybody got the internet, so you just log on to that and watch it. But yeah, it's like more people is like, oh, Willie Mack, I thought he was gone somewhere. I thought he disappeared. I'm like, oh, I'm still here wrestling. And now it's funny because people I went to school with, like high school and middle school, they're like, will contact me through Facebook and be like, wow, Willie, it's great to see you still doing your wrestling thing. It's great to see you actually did what you said you was going to do, because most people can't say they did. They chase their dream, and you actually up here living the dream and doing what you said you was going to do. They're like, everybody laughed at you, but here you are later, and you get the last laugh because we looking at you on TV, you're not looking at us. And I'm like, damn, I guess that's true.
You know, it's amazing because I usually like to do a little homework too and look up the high school, but I couldn't find that for you, but I'll ask you anyway. Do you think you are one of, if not the most famous person from your high school now?
Probably second famous because Tyrese also went to my school.
Oh, that's okay. Listen, if you make the Mount Rushmore, the top four, that's a good thing. So you're in the top four. Hey, Willie, I know that they're saying you've got like Willie Mack. So the Mac, do you play off the name? Do you do like the Big Mac, Mac truck, Super Mac? Is that like a cool thing? Is that how you came up with just Willie Mack?
No, it's actually from somebody who lived in my building I was in. He was an older cat, and I was like, he knew my name, and he was like, he like questioned like, no, that ain't right. He like, Willie Mack, there we go. Like, at first I was like, whatever, I didn't like it, but then I was like, you know what? It grew on me because it's like, it's shorter, it's quicker, and now thinking about it years later, you hear the ring announcer still say it, and you be like, damn, Willie Mack does have a nice ring to it.
That is so cool. Neighbor. He doesn't. Hey, he hasn't hit you up for any royalties, has he?
No, he died a long time ago. That's why I started using Willie Mack.
Oh, wow.
I honor him because he would always call me that, and then one day I found out he passed. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this and use it in the ring.
That's cool. That's a good homage to that person. That's really cool. Hey, Lucha Underground, you mentioned California, Southern California, and Lucha style. What are your thoughts of the Lucha style and you being involved in matches there? How has that helped your career? Because you're a bigger guy.
Well, I always watched Lucha Libre as a kid and like the style that they bring, because if you're in there with a smaller guy, people gonna expect you to be a slow dump truck moving around the ring. So I want to get that out the way immediately and train Lucha Libre. Because you see like La Parca and the other bigger dudes like Superboy moving around the ring like they light as a feather, but they like 270, 260 pound people. And that's what you need to learn. Like, so when you go to Mexico, you have no problem wrestling with a luchador. And in Japan, too, because they train lucha, too. Like, they'll send, like, they wrestlers to Mexico for a year so they can learn some stuff, and then they come back to Japan and they got a new repertoire of Alicia over there, and it's the same style. Once you learn lucha, learning American style is easy.
Impact Wrestling X Division champion, new X Division champion, Willie Mack. We're going to wrap this up. Couple questions for you. Get you out of here. This is really cool to me, Willie. I'm going to read this. Your opponents from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Lucha Underground, NWA, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Impact Wrestling, reads like a who's who of top list of talent. Samoa Joe, Kevin Steen Owens, Chris Cassius Ohno Hero, Roderick Strong, who you mentioned, Sami Callihan, Scorpio Sky, Adam Pearce, Matt Sydal, Pentagon Jr., Cody Rhodes, Colt Cabana, Brian Cage, Sam Dexter Lumis Shaw, and the teacher, Joey Ryan. Just going through that and being able to have those type of talent as your opponents, reading through that list in your journey, I read that you had wins over Kevin Owens and Sam Shaw that stand out. How about for you, the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Red Carpet Rumble?
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a fun thing when I went out there, and it was me and Matt Striker in the finals, if I'm correct, and I ended up making Striker tap out, and I won the Red Carpet Rumble. And that's a big thing besides the Percy Pringle Cup that they do for Paul Bearer. And hopefully I can be a part of that one day and see if I'm good enough to hold up that urn.
That's just awesome. All right, Willie. Well, listen, I want to thank you so much. Hey, listen, I was looking on Twitter, and it says that on your Twitter, it says you are an all-around fun person. So what I want to know is, what does Willie Mack like to do for fun?
Normal stuff, yell at my cats, talk to my turtles, feed my bearded dragon, and look at him nod his head and disapproval at me, and playing video games all day and going out and having fun when you can.
Oh, wait a minute, the Cats and Turtles. Do the Cats and Turtles have wrestling names?
No, they got generic turtle names, like all my turtles is named after the Ninja Turtles, and my cats is Simba, Fluffy, who's a girl, but then she had a son, so we call him Fluffy Jr. just for giggles.
Oh, that's great. Well, listen, Willie Mack, thank you.
His name is Godzilla.
Willie, thank you so much. You didn't name Cuff and Link like from Rocky. From Rocky, Cuff and Link. Remember the Turtles way back when? Cuff and Link.
Oh, yeah.
Willie, thank you so much. Hey, former NWA champion, very cool. Lucha Underground Trios champion, also very cool. And now the Impact Wrestling X Division champion. You could see Impact Wrestling every Tuesday night on Access TV. You could see this guy, Willie Mack, doing his thing. And number 87, born in 87. That's cool. All right, Willie, thank you so much. Hey, do you want to throw your social media for any fans out there?
Yeah, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Willie_Mack on both of them. And yeah, just go out there and hit me up and see what I'm going to be doing.
And he'll be doing his thing. Thank you, Willie.